Okay, the first thing you gotta do is remove the seat and that back cover, which is easy, just snap them off. Same thing as this thing, I already snapped them off. So all you gotta do is just kind of pull it out. And that's pretty much it. Just a little snaps here and there. I'm gonna start it up and let it idle for a few minutes. Once it's warmed up, the oil will drain a lot easier, so I'm gonna let it sit there for a few minutes and I'll start draining the oil. All right, it's been about 10 minutes, close to it, so I'm gonna shut this thing off. And under the quad, we got this hole right here. Take your socket, 17 millimeter, I think. Yeah, 17 millimeter. There you go, let that drain for a little bit. Okay, so while that bottom is draining right there, I'm gonna take off the filter cover, and I devised this little thing here, so hopefully it can kind of drain into something down there. So we'll see how that works. I'm gonna take the 10 millimeter socket and take these 3 bolts off, and it should be able to work. Okay, with the bolts off, yeah, pull this thing out. It might be a little tight. I can see I can wiggle a little bit, but I'll see what I can do. I probably need 2 hands, so I'm going to put the camera. Okay, it's ready. The spring fell in the cup. Yeah, I'll let that drain for a little bit, then I'll take the filter out. Maybe I can do it that way.
Here, let me get the garbage bag.
Okay. There you go. Old filter done. I'll let that drain and install the new filter. That's done right there. I'm gonna let that sit for a bit here. Then I'm gonna seal this thing back up again. It's just a bolt in the washer that goes right in there. And you should probably use a torque wrench. We don't have one, so we're gonna put a little bit of pressure on it. We kind of have a good feel of what we need to do. So don't put too much pressure, but don't have it too loose either. And that should be more than enough right there. And here's the new filter straight from Honda. So it has the rubber seal on this side. You can't really put it in wrong, I guess, but here's just outside towards filter cover, and that little rubber thing goes on the inside, so put that in there. Alright, so the filter's in there. I got this little spring. I'll just place it here for now, and I'll sit down the camera while I put this cap back on. See, the cap has a little arrow on top. It shows you that that side's facing straight up like this. So okay, kind of like that. So now put the bolts back in place. Here you got the 3 bolts. And I got my socket here. We'll make it nice and snug. And that should be good. Not too tight, but not loose either. And next time I should get a torque wrench, but right now this is fine. Okay, so the next step is to put oil back in. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this thing out here, and this is where you fill up the oil. There you go. And this is the oil that we're using. The manual says to use 10W30. The guy at the Honda dealer recommends 10W40. And this is a pretty good price on this stuff, so we're gonna use this and it should be okay. This is gonna take a while. It's a slow pour, so I gotta put 3.8 of these containers into the tank, so it's gonna be a while. Okay, so I'm done with the oil. That should be okay. So I'll take the funnel out and we put the cap back on. For the dipstick, we go on this side. That's the dipstick, but I'm gonna let it run for a few minutes first. I'm gonna let it run for a few minutes to let it circulate through the system. Then I'm gonna check the oil. And that should be good enough. Okay, let's check the oil. And that's the dipstick right here. I'm glad to clean this off before I check it. Okay, so I cleaned up the dipstick, so we'll just dunk it in there and we will see where we're at. I don't know if the camera can focus on that, but it's not a bad level right now. Maybe slightly high, not really, it's pretty good level. Clean it off again, we'll check it one more time to make sure we're all good. Yeah, I'll take that. Might be slightly high, but I'll take it. Okay, got that piece back on. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Just a pretty weird design. It clips on a few different spots on both sides. And now it's on, so there you go. Okay, we'll put this piece on next. And it just has 2 snap spots right here and right there. And all you gotta do is slide it in there and line it up. And push it into place. There you go. And now for the seat, you put the little plastic piece right in that hole right here. Slide it in there. And once it's in there, you kind of rock it back and snap it right there. There you go. And this thing just closes. That's the storage compartment. It's very small. And just close that up. And we're good to go. We got the oil changes done, so we'll be taking them out for a ride pretty soon.